Joe Budden and Charlamagne Tha God have been two of the most prominent figures in hip-hop culture for years, with both hosting their own successful podcasts. Recently, Joe Budden made headlines for roasting Charlamagne Tha God on his podcast, following an appearance by Charlemagne on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast with Gillie and Wallo.
Don Lemon conversation that this is very important, right? Because you asked me where I stand, and where I stand is create the change that you would like to see, or be stuck as to the system. And for me, that system has always looked like, I think your man, I think the Charlemagne comes from that system. iHeart is that system. Radio, right, is that kind of dinosauric, just old white views that's fronting to have posts on culture to sell ads. Like, that's how I view that. But he brought that up. Like, I have nothing to say about this because he kind of introduced that while they were on this show. And I think he introduced that because he's a slimy little piece of and he was trying to gear a conversation to go somewhere. And I don't think that Gillie and Wallo took the bait. I think they big up themselves. I think they big up each other, and they should be able to do that. But the important part that I want to focus on is that it's that little dinosauric, old age, never kind of got it out the mud nigga that came in there and did that. He did that. One person. The real conversation here that should be being had is, like Ish said, all of these black media people that are able to have these multi-million-dollar conversations. That's a cause to celebrate. I don't want this short little face to misconstrue that for the real niggas out here. That's cause for a toast in the air, like the what was that, the 1-900 Hustler video where everybody come out? That's cause for constant big ups. How do you not root for that? Like, that's where it's confusing. If you know Wallo's story, 20 years in, came home and outworked 97% of y'all, still is doing it, how do you look at that guy and say, I don't want him to, how do you look at him and say he don't deserve that? It's weird. My first apartment that I bought off stolen laptops from where I had my baby moms move in, I decked that shit, DVD players, couches, everywhere. I was a simp from young, right? You are who you are. But in that crib was where I first seen the major fit. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. That video was out a lot. Major figures. Yeah, that's us. Gillie and them. Word up here was, yo, some Philly niggas. They down there, they moving, they get it in. Them niggas talking, they coming. This is in the 90s. Mm-hmm. I was still. So how do you look at that and say that person don't deserve it? Everywhere Gillie go, his wife is with. How do you watch it and say, how do you not clap for that? Why would Charlemagne go in there and try to be
reductive?
Oh, what'd you say?
Reductive?
Reductive. I like that word. It's so fitting for where I'm going. These niggas always submitting me into the off. I be somewhere minding my business, and y'all take my
and throw it on the table.
And just throw it on the table.
But you were like, I was using that.
Can't say what you want about me. But wait, everybody, I get confused and I need help from my brothers and my friends. Everybody is on the clip celebrating. They celebrating walking away from $20 million. And I know how that feels. It should be celebrated. But am I missing something? Because the narrative didn't go this way when I walked away from $20 million. Wait, you mean to tell me they walked away from $20 million and gasp, got an even better situation? That's possible for black men? Nobody said that was possible for black men when it was happening to me. I just want to highlight how some of these narratives change. But that's not where my anger comes from. First of all, let's all take a moment here to give a round of applause to Gillie and Wallo.
We did it the first time, like you said.
Mm-hmm. I want to do it every time.
Word. No doubt.
I want to never leave doubt. The same way Nori come in here and give it up for me, I do it over there. I want to never leave doubt for anybody out there that watch us and try to, emulate some of that. That it's all peace at the top. Because like I said on Drink Champs, when everybody's up, it's not too much to fight about. But that's not where my anger comes from. Oh. All of these years, I've been looking at Charlemagne and I like Magneto and Professor X that just have some of the same views but different ways of getting there, different ideologies. And I always thought that he was like that second tier right under me. I always thought that right after me was him because the optics made it look like that. But then him and Envy went up there looking doofy and goofy. And they just so much that they suck. Charlemagne was looking up to Gillie and Wallo in awe. It was like a light illuminating from them. And he said, they are the highest. And it hit me and I got sad. It killed a little piece of me to know, holy shit. Charlemagne is saying that Gillie and Wallo make more than him. Uh-oh. You mean to tell self? I said to myself, self, no way. Not with a late night show. Envy just told me about a podcast network. You just had your podcast fest. You did like a festival of sorts, something thingamajiggy you did up there in Atlanta on fight weekend. Didn't sound bright. Didn't hear much about it. But I saw you had Just Hilarious. And, I know how much I make for my pod. I just always assume it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, Charlemagne don't have $30 million. Wait, you not in you didn't go home to get your big brother to come fight the fight for you because you didn't have enough money. Wait, that's why we are celebrating and you are hated. Sometimes you give information about yourself without you knowing you did. So my question to Envy and Charlemagne is, instead of telling me how much these two niggas make, tell me about what y'all make. I think I got both of you niggas beat by laps. Tie them up together like the number 11. I think I got you. Even though I'm only paid about $21,000 a year.
According to
Earth.
According to everything. Yeah. Everything. 25 sometimes on a good year. On a good year. Yo, nah, I'm serious. I didn't want Magneto to die. It's not a race anymore. He should have been bumped down a few more slots in the list if he not at the... And he would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Now, to the other notion of highest paid podcasters, well, how do you know? Clearly, I think I've done a masterful job hiding the accounting. Y'all funny. Come on. Come on. I'm just saying, how do you know? Now, if you niggas are over there trying to come up with a new list of highest paid, count me in. I'm coming. Whatever metric we're using to do this. I'm there. We can keep it a secret. We can not tell nobody. What? I'm for that.
No, you're not. All right.
If we putting a new list together, y'all can't assume where people are on the list. If we put a new list together, I want to come. I'm coming. I'm at the top of that one, too.
Do you think that people get offended, like I said earlier, when you talk about you know how much niggas is making, that could ruffle feathers? That's a thing that you go out, I know how much you niggas is making. You say that a lot.
Well, I'm wrong, because I thought that Charlemagne had $30 million or $20 million. He might not have no $million. He might have no might be.
I mean, I don't want.
It might be many million.
No, can I?
Like many.
Would you answer this question? And I know I don't want to take us to down another whole pause, but where that shit derive from with you and this nigga? I don't get it. Like like where does that issue derive? The underlying issue derive from with you and him? Like if he's been on for a while and then, you know what I'm saying, you've been doing what you're doing.
Does the competitiveness come from comparison?
Yo, it's no competitive. Let me mute this PC, y'all.
No, where does it derive?
Hey, yo, check this out. As a podcaster, you niggas out there better watch how the conversation goes when it look like it's shifting my way. I'm not ducking no smoke.
No, you just duck smoke.
All this PC.
You just duck
all
smoke.
this happy to be.
I'm about to get at him. You just duck smoke. I'm gonna tell you why.
Give it to me.
You duck smoke because you don't want to answer, nigga. You don't want to answer where it derived from. What happened, nigga? Because if he was up before you and then you mad at him, did he not give you an opportunity?
No, you missing it.
I'm just asking.
You missing it.
You my man. I'm standing with you, but I want to know. I'm confused.
But the important thing here is what I've said, which is. You got to just dead certain narratives before they take off. Whatever existed, whatever like hateful, who cares? Today, there's a small window for entrepreneurs and people sitting at home to create the change that they want to be.
Got it.
While is happening in front of them. That's the focus. It's not him. We celebrating Gillie, Wallo, me, Nori, you, math. We celebrate. There is no time for none of that other shit the niggas is on. Maybe before. See, you got to understand. Maybe before, when that crabs in the bucket. Oh, crabs not supposed to be. Maybe it was a little bit of that where you fight because everybody trying to get to the top and you fight and that nigga and opportunities and maybe some of that exists. But today in 2023. Everybody, the cream have risen. There is no need to hate anybody. If you're not trying to hand out the information or help, not just look like it, but really some life-changing generational wealth, invest best. Type, then move. It's a distraction. I told y'all, my plan is 50 years old. I got a plan. I don't have time. Who's the highest paid? Well, wait a minute. Y'all can't be talking to me because I'm not paid by nobody. It's the other thing. It's just words that I know. Y'all are right. Highest paid by whoever be. I don't. You feel me? You figured it out?
I hear you.
I'm not. It's.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure that they was talking to me. I hope they wasn't talking to me. Now.
During the interview, Charlamagne was asked about Complex's list of the most influential media personalities, which had placed Joe Budden at the top spot. However, Joe Budden felt that Charlamagne had not given him the respect he deserved, and accused him of sending sneak disses towards him. The incident has sparked a lot of discussion and controversy in the hip-hop community, with many fans taking sides and debating who was in the right. Joe Budden has always been known for his outspoken and confrontational style, and this incident was no exception. He took offense to Charlemagne's comments and went on a long rant on his own podcast, criticizing Charlemagne for what he perceived as disrespect and undermining. Joe Budden accused Charlemagne of being jealous of his success, and of trying to undermine him by saying that Gillie and Wallo were earning more money than him. He argued that Charlemagne was being hypocritical, as he often talks about his own personal issues on his own podcast. Joe Budden also pointed out that he had been in the game for many years and had earned his spot at the top of the complex list. Joe Budden's co-hosts on the Joe Budden podcast also weighed in on the situation. They agreed that Charlemagne's comments were disrespectful and suggested that he may have been jealous of Joe Budden's success. They also expressed their support for Joe Budden and criticized Charlemagne for not giving him the credit he deserves. The co-hosts also discussed the challenges of being a media personality and the need for support and respect within the industry. They pointed out that media personalities should be lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. They also suggested that media personalities should have open and honest conversations about their differences instead of resorting to social media and public forums to air their grievances. The situation between Joe Budden and Charlemagne highlighted the importance of respect, support, and communication within the media industry. While the feud may have been personal, it ultimately led to a broader discussion on the state of podcasting and the challenges of building successful media brands. Ultimately, the dispute between Joe Budden and Charlamagne Tha God has sparked a lot of conversation and debate in the hip-hop community. Both hosts have their own loyal fan bases, and it is clear that there are some underlying tensions and rivalries between them. Fans of both Joe Budden and Charlemagne weighed in on the feud, with some taking sides and others suggesting that both parties should move on. Some fans criticized Joe Budden for being too sensitive and suggested that he should not have taken Charlemagne's comments so personally. Others criticized Charlemagne for being disrespectful and suggested that he should have shown more support for Joe Budden. Whether or not they are able to resolve their differences and move past this incident remains to be seen, but it is clear that this dispute has sparked a lot of discussion and debate within the hip-hop community.